Hi everyone! So today I have some new items that Darren Press has brought to HSN for the January 28th Craft Day. They do have the Today Special that day, but these are some of the other items that they'll be presenting, or at least they'll have there on the site. So they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links down in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So thank you for using those if you would like to. With YouTube currently, they might be embedded in the video here or at the very top of the description box. So I paired all these things there. I was paired because there's a few things here because they're just what I would call like staple items, things that, might be more consumable as far as like these papers or however. And that might help me make some of the other tutorials that I'll be doing, for the craft day for Darren Press. So we're just going to jump right to it. So these first ones are, well, not this one. Let's go with this one here. Are some papers. I'm super curious to check these out. It says Vintage Textures Slimline, and this one says Vintage Textures 8.5 by 11. So these are full sheets and then some slimline sheets. So let's check out what this means. Oh, wow. These are like those mulberry papers, like maybe even cotton. I don't know. But whenever I see papers like that, I always feel like they're like natural fibers, like mulberry fiber. Okay. So this one has slimline and it looks like A2. Look at this. Can you see how it has like a leaf, like a skeleton leaf embedded in there? Those have to be real leaves, right? I mean, that's what they looks like. Look at that. So A2 size, and then, well, let's look at the A2 size. And then the other ones are essentially, I would think the same, what's the word? Like perspective and everything, just cut down. Okay. So let me put this to the side here. And I mean, I'll be right back. Okay, that way our eyes can just focus on this. Look at that texture. Wow, so it looks like there's a few sheets of each one. Yeah, this is definitely like that. I always call it mulberry powder. I don't know if there's a different word for it. And look, they're similar in the way that there's a big leaf here, there's a big one here, and then some portions, but there are definitely different. So they're definitely very natural, Look at this organic looking. So this one's like a creamy color with like a creamy colored leaf in there. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. So yeah, looks like there's 3 sheets of each. So that one's very thick. This is a thinner, more gossamer kind of sheet. And look how it has like little spaces. And it has like gold cording. It looks gold to me. It might be like a flaxen color, like something like a straw, but it's shimmery in some areas. So it looks golden. Look at this. Beautiful papers. I used to make boxes. Probably one of the first ways I was into like paper crafts, and they were like Japanese boxes, and they take these precious like Japanese papers, mulberry papers and things like that, and they were just amazing. Let's see here. Ooh, this feels like, I don't know why I was thinking linen, but I don't know if you can see that there's a, there you go. Actually, the camera picks up really nicely that lace look in it. And on the back side, it looks like it's painted. It looks like it was stamped. I don't know how to explain that because I can feel it. But on this side, it's a ghost kind of look of it. So use either side. And if you wanted to be more pronounced, I would use this side of it. All right. So 3 sheets of that gorgeous paper. Sometimes they would call some papers like this onion paper. Not really parchment. Parchment has like a crisp feel to it. Look at this one. This is really interesting. Oh my gosh. Again, I think this might be facing, however you want to use them, right? Because like on this side, I feel like the design is more pronounced. And at first I thought it was like little circles, but you can see it's like a not organic, but geometric shape. And then this back side, you can see it really well, but you can also see it really well here. But this one has more of like a texture to it with like these fibers. And this one's kind of like an off-white. The other one's also an off-white. I don't see anything that's like stark white right now. Very natural. So 3 of those. 3 of this that reminds me more of like that onion paper I was mentioning. Not quite parchment, just beautiful paper. It has like a little speckle. I don't know, it reminds me of like an eggshell. It looks like it has a black and gray speckle on it. Okay. And then this one, again, not quite parchment feel, not quite onion paper feel. It just feels very natural with like gold fleck in there. I know my camera, not the camera, but this lighting situation leaves shadows, so sorry about that. But it is very creamy color. I think on the camera it's looking kind of white, but it's very, very creamy looking. And then this one again, what I would consider like a mulberry paper. Oh my gosh. And then 3 of those, and you can see like the little, I don't know, it's like grass. like little tiny bits in here. It looks very natural, like straw kind of pieces. Beautiful purple color. Oh, look at this. Now this one, again, is just that thin, beautiful paper with kind of like a recycled look, I would say, you know, with the bits and things. But it's definitely nature. I can see that it looks like little crushed leaves. Wow. And then look at this guy with like a grid line put into it. Look at that. See? Little leaves. The texture is definitely from like a gridded kind of thing. It's shiny on this side, less shiny on the other side. Really cool. So it's probably like string, it looks like, possibly, but in like a grid pattern. Quad rule kind of pattern. This one reminds me of the purple one we saw earlier, but it's this beautiful green. You can see that. How gorgeous are these for spring? I love those rich colors. Again, with like that little bits of straw is what it looks like. And then this gorgeous paper that is just has a beautiful feel. Again, not like parchment. These are definitely like a mulberry paper kind of feel. It looks like it has texture. It has a different feel to it. That's all I'm trying to say. If you look really close, I don't know if you can see some of these little bits shimmering in there. Like those little pulpy papers. And this one looks like parchment, right? Like old school parchment. And it's just very beautiful. Wow. I had no idea what to expect on those. So that's really gorgeous stuff. So I did bring out a few other items that we'll try to make cards with this today. So we'll get there in just a moment. The video might be a little longer. I do have several videos for you guys with Diamond Press. So if you missed any, you can go to my channel. And you'll see all the videos. Just click on like videos instead of like shorts or whatever, so you can see all the different things. Not live videos. Oh, maybe I'll do a live for the craft day, but right now I'm just talking about tutorials, you know. So again, so now with this A2, it's going to be 4 of them. So you can imagine it's a full sheet that's been cut down already for you. Okay. And it's very much the items that we just saw. Again, 4 of each. Super organic. Yeah, it's the same paper, so that's why I want to go through with the other ones, just to show you. Look how pretty. And these are already cut down for you. I'm assuming you can definitely die cut some of these. Maybe some that have like this kind of grid, you know, we'll try, because I know we can cut fabric and things through our die cut machine, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to cut those. But again, it's all the same ones. So it's essentially another, you know, a sheet that's been cut down for you here. Look at that. Beautiful. And then same thing with the slimline. Let's see how many of each of those there are. I'm definitely going to pop that back in there. And so in this set, it's slimlines and A2s. I'm trying to see how many of each. Actually, it's harder for me to tell the difference between those papers, so let's find these guys. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 of each. So that's essentially a whole page, because, you know, with your A2, if you're cutting it up at 3.5 inches or however. Actually, let me give you the sizing on this. You're getting a whole page plus a little bit more. It looks like these are... Oh, you know what? Let me use my ruler. I was trying to measure it on my mat, and it's kind of... I wasn't getting the right angle. 3.5 or just over 3.5 by 8.5. So yeah, they're definitely a full layer for the A2. I'm sorry, for the slimline. And again, the same papers that we saw previously. Just beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna tuck these away. I'll be right back. Okay, so another set that's like paper is this layered scene die cuts called Nature. So let's see this. Beautiful. Like the colors I was seeing on the example here. Let's... Oh, there you go. And look at that. Just pop on, you know, a sentiment or maybe a stamp, something, right? Maybe down in here. So let's see what these are. Oh, look at how pretty that is already. And of course you can put dimensionals in between the layers to make them have more dimension. Dimensionals for more dimension, guys. Okay, so you have A2 size type of layers. Oh, I love this. Like a jaguar, right? Is that the kind of animal that's in the jungle? That's a cat? I think that's right. We have this background, or this scene. Just really pretty with the soft colors. You saw them here. This one has a little more pronounced colors, like with a little darker colors, right? It's a different style too. This one has the bear, and that was just has the trees. The little jaguar here. We have like a little monkey hanging in the background there. That is so cute. And it says die cuts can be mixed and matched to create unique scenes. So yeah, definitely. That's cute. And this one has both animals, as you can see there. You have 5x7s that have like the little ocean scene. I love the little boat there, or shipwrecked ship there. And cute, just beautiful. I love the little turtles. You know, we're getting ready to go to Hawaii, and those are the vibes right there. And then this like southwestern kind of scene. Look at that. Maybe with like a wild Mustang out there. That's really pretty. And then this one also with the kind of like an Arizona kind of look to it on that guy. The slim lines, 3.5 by, again, mix and match them if you would like. The slim line is going to be 3.5 by 8.5, and so you have your beautiful little snowy scene. So I have stuff for all around, year round there. Winter, right? Doesn't have to be specifically Christmas. We have the deer or the stag there, and then sailboat kind of scene. I love that. It reminds me of when we went out to Catalina Island. And then this beach scene. In Hawaii, also here in San Diego. I know whenever we go places, people are like, oh, why are you here? Because like San Diego, people come here to visit, you know, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go somewhere else. It's just how it is. And then here you can mix and match again some of those scenes. That's very cool. So let's take a quick look, and then we're gonna check out some rub-ons, some die sets, and some markers, or magic markers. I'm very curious of those. So again, you have your beautiful scenes. These are basically laser cut. I don't know if you can see the edge, the way it's kind of like a beigey kind of color. Really, really interesting. You don't see like kiss cut features because they're laser cut. You know, it's just clean, super clean. So that would be the one for this guy. It's beautiful. And again, you know, maybe you have that. Maybe these last two layers you pop up, or this you put together and you pop up from that one, right? You don't have to, or stick all those guys down and pop this one up. Just so you have a little dimension, but it doesn't have to be every piece has dimension. Unless, if you put it on a box or something, that'd be very pretty. Okay, so then we have this one. I'm just going to go through them real quickly because we kind of went through them before. Look at that. Ooh, the snake. I didn't even notice the snake on the other one. There you go. Gorgeous. And yeah, it's beautiful with the waterfall back there. This is so pretty. In real life, when I'm looking at it, just like all the different layers you're seeing, they are gorgeous. All right, let's put this guy. I'm trying to be careful with them, but I also trying to do this in a timely manner for you guys, because I know this video is going to be longer. Okay, so here we have that beautiful dolphins, the shipwreck there. I mean, just all the little sea like creatures. Look over here, and then an anchor, and then all the coral kind of reef kind of things. Really pretty. Look at this one, much brighter. Yeah, then the colors in here, these are more like pastel-y and just deep, and this one just looks like it pops really bright. So cute. And then of course whatever, you know, card base you have behind it. I'm putting a bunch of these guys together. Here we go. So you have this one again, those gorgeous sunset colors, you know. And then this guy, pretty. Again, just little, maybe a little tag, label kind of die that you might have there. You pop it on there. And then we have our snowy scene. That looks really cute with the little pink showing through the back, but there you go. Gorgeous. So again, A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Slimline, which we measured. Did we measure this? Well, it said 8 1/2 by 3 1/2 on the instruction, right? How pretty is this? Oh, that is gorgeous. And then the 5x7 is 5x7. I'm getting too many pieces here. There we go. Look how soft and just serene this is. I love the colors they chose. Diamond Press does that really well when they make a kit or something, you know, like they're looking at those things. They're really curating those kits so that everything matches and is nice, right? It just looks really lovely. We're going to put one of these together today too. So let me put these up and we'll look at a few other items. Okay, next time I want to show you these rub-ons. This is silhouette rub-ons. I like this new packaging on some of these things. It feels different from, you know, like this guy. This one, honestly, I would just keep it like this, that you can put these guys back in here. Or you're going to put them in your Diamond Press packaging. Put them in the new, you know, items, right, for the Today Special. There you go. So this is a ton of rub-ons. Let's see what we have here. You can make some really simple scenes. I'm imagining just having some paper. Maybe you do a little inking on it to make it look like, you know, a little a little like nighttime or a little foreground or however, and then just have these guys on there, or just pop these guys on there, right? These are big. Look at that. So again, with any silhouette, or not silhouette, but rub-on, you're going to cut the piece that you want to use. You take the backing off, you pop it on. Oh yeah, look, that's what we're doing here. Just some cute, you know, maybe color mixing, some inking, whatever it is that they did back there, and then you rub on that main focal point. These are big guys. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Okay, so like this one, you know, is like 3 1/4 inches tall and like 4 inches, a little bit over 4 inches wide. We have the little flamingos there. You have a beautiful kind of meadow. Again, this one's taller than this one here. There are some pieces that are separate. So let's say you want this, but you just want the grass. So maybe you cut around that. The butterflies are separate from the grass. I don't know if you can see that. So there's different ways to cut into these guys. Looks like there's a couple sheets of each. Look at that with the little seahorses throughout. Again, you can cut this whole thing out. Well, not these guys because it's floating sideways, but let's say you cut this whole thing like this and then just take the backing paper, you know, this off. You're going to have a really beautiful scene already, or you cut around it and put these guys wherever you want. And as you can see, they're free floating. Like all these pieces are free floating. And then the cattails, beautiful. Look at these sentiments. So filled with happiness for you, sending good thoughts, cheering for you, always here for you. My heart is with you. You are so thoughtful. I love you, miss you. Things like this. All these separate silhouettes. Look at this beautiful butterfly, like just kind of doing its own thing, right? You can put that at the bottom of your card. Maybe a little sentiment right here or however. Beautiful. These are really, really smart. They're just so pretty, you know? A2 size card or a slim line at the base here because of the sizing. I mean, that's just really gorgeous. Love the little, I was gonna say crane, I don't know, some kind of bird in there. Beautiful palms. This little kind of wildflower look. You have all the little creatures. Oh my gosh. Beautiful tree line there. You have the stag and the little deer in here with a bird kind of off in the distance. Beautiful butterflies you can mess around with there. The little mushrooms we saw earlier. All these individual hummingbirds and other types of birds there. Gorgeous. Little owl. Beautiful palms. And then the last one, all the little creatures. You can make your own little line of like birch trees and these little guys in there. That's so cute. And then your foxes. I'm assuming those are foxes. And some butterflies. Very cool. Let's check out some new dies. So I'm going to put this over here. And oh, it comes with your little popsicle sticks, so you can rub those on. You can, if you know what you want, you can use a bone folder, anything that gives you a good amount of pressure. You know what? Let me open these guys up. I'll be right back. Okay, I popped them both open, so let's check this out. Oh, this is a beautiful border set. So this is a nesting floral border. And this is something that I've seen Diamond Press do, and it's really sweet and unique and fun and makes a quick card. So you have your standard issue items, your 2 sticky sheets with the information, how to use those with an applicator, and your marquee cutting folder. If you don't have a marquee, these dies will go through any die cutting system that cuts thin metal dies, so don't worry about that. And let's check this out. So again, you just place your designer sentiment inside the border die, secure with washi tape, and cut if you want the words. If you don't want that, you just want the bar. You don't have to pop in the words. But we have Happy Everything. You have the floral with the little flowers. So I guess they're both floral, but one has smaller flowers, kind of a lacy look, and then the other one has larger big guy flowers there. Embrace the moment, celebrating you, so they're showing you how it looks with the different ones. Sending strength, special delivery, and Happy Everything. And so I paired this with the papers because I figured we would make, just like a quick card with these guys. And the size on those guys, sorry. It looks like it's going to cut something that's 6 inches wide by just over 1.5 inches deep. This one looks a little bit taller. Just over 2 inches deep. Okay, so let me see what it actually cuts. Yeah, 6 inches. Okay. And then this other set here. The stamp and die set called Vintage Inspiration, and this one had a lot of labels and cute things like that, so I thought it would go really well with this video. So let's check this out. I'll pop it out. So let's see the inspo on this guy. And again, your standard issue items there, your sticky sheets, your cutting folder, your applicator, the instruction, and Again, these are acrylic stamps. I love the subject matter on this. I love a sprig. Love a good sprig. So let's check this out. I love that script too. That's really fun. Okay, so again, vintage inspiration sheet. Look at all these, I mean, label die cuts, postage kind of look. Again, banner type, label type things. This is just really nice. You're going to be able to use this on all kinds of cards, all kinds of backgrounds. All these sprigs that are just gorgeous and lovely. You have your lilies and like daisy kind of flowers, little bells, sprigs, cute kind of banner type sprigs, right? Speckles, we love speckles. Just script. They're kind of indiscernible, like it says Canadian something, something, you know? So it's like, they're words, but it's done in a way that's, who knows? This one looks like a recipe maybe. It says 2 quarts, 2 pounds, you know. Number, for, so, you know, all these different numbers, just cancellation. I love that. I'm trying to see what this is. Anyhow, I was like, maybe I can make that up, but something about post. Just really cute. Butterfly. And things like just a little something to lift your spirits, thinking about you, just a little hi from me, hello friend, to the one who makes every day brighter and every moment special. I was going to say frighter? No, not frighter, brighter. You brighten the world by just being you, and there is so much to smile about. And, I mean, gorgeous and simple on these guys here. So, again, you have, hopefully you can kind of see by the size of my hand. I have a pretty big hand. Those are really sizable images, right? And then, again, just kind of like that background, really fun collage-y kind of feel, kind of distressed kind of thing going here. Gorgeous. And then the dies cut out all these things, right? So not this specific shape, but like you saw the inspo there. So, you know, just to give you an idea, some of these, this one's like 2 3/8 by almost 2 inches, and then they go smaller from there. These other layers here, this one is going to cut something that's like about 3 1/8 or so by about 1 inch. Just kind of similar, maybe a little bit thicker. This one is like 3 1/8 by 2 3/4 or so. These are really nice. 3 3/4-ish and by like 2 3/8. I love this kind of thing because you can just cut all kinds of stuff with this. I'm sure you have things in your stash that, you know, even a sentiment or an image or whatever that this can cut really nicely. I love it. We have layers on some of them. Really great. Okay, so those are the dies. The last thing I want to show you before we get tutorializing here is some markers. So let's check these guys out. I'm going to open these up right quick and I will be right back. So I have 2 sets. They both say magic markers. This one says white and then the other one is colored. So I will be right back. Okay, so they are in the box, but they're also in the plastic. And again, you can kind of see, it looks like when you put one over the other, it changes. It does something fun with the color. That's what I'm getting from there. So let's see. It does come with those like little swatch cards and it has some info. So that's great. I believe these are water-based markers. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. So they're showing you here orange and then the other one on top, yellow, orchid. So orange can be orange and yellowish. Yellow is going to be yellow and pinkish. Orchid's going to have like a purple and a blue tone. Green is going to be green with a little bit of yellow. Brown is brown. And then green when you do the magic stuff with it. Purple and blue. Blue has green. Gray has like an orangey kind of, that's at least that's what it looks like there. Green, or the olive color has a green like a reddish. And then fuchsia is like that. And then like a bright yellow. So let's look at this information. And then we'll check these guys out. So let's see what they have here. And that is the color set. And this is the white. And white is red and then nothing. Or like white, right? Orange, white. That's probably why it's called white. Yellow, green, turquoise, periwinkle, blue, navy, lavender, and pink. And then they all do that white color. So let's see what this is about. Draw a desired design with colored end of markers. Draw using the opposite clear end of the marker to change the color in desired areas. That's what it is. So I wasn't sure if you mixed them, but it's the opposite side of the marker. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. Let me put a little something under here. Now, as I say that, I don't have them to show you guys, but Die Press did bring out some big mats, paper mats, which I love. I've used something similar in the past. And it's just paper. So then after it's all messed up, you just take it off and then you have a nice fresh paper underneath, right? So something to think about. I really do like those kinds of things. Let me see. I'm looking for how they're saying like number 1. If 1 is orange, right? That's the orange side. So let me close up a little bit because I'm going to do this for all of them. Let's just do that. And then you can take the other side and pop that in there. And I just wrote on it and then waited for it to appear. Okay, I wasn't pressing hard or anything like that. I just kind of went through. So if that's number 1, I'll do number 2 being the yellow. Just so we have an idea. So I'm going to swatch these all out for you guys. I'll come back in between this set and the next set, and I'll be right back. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I just finished that. I was putting them back in here. I will say I should talk about this. The nib is a chisel tip, you know, and then the other side is also a chisel tip. Okay, and it just reacts really quickly. I mean, it looks lovely. Look how cool that is. I already know my daughter's gonna want to take these from me, so just know that. But there you go. This paper isn't like the super thickest paper, and it didn't really bleed through the back, so it's something else to think about. Really, really cool. Okay, so that's, again, the one that does colors, and this one goes from the color that is to white. So let me see if there's a swatch card in here. I don't think there is. So with this one, I'm just going to do my swatch on here. And this paper is a little bit coated, so we'll see if that works. Because usually water-based markers, you know, with a coating like this, it might look a little different or just react differently. But I'm going to go ahead and swatch those all out. Again, these I believe also have, yes, the chisel tip and the tip that makes it turn white. So let's see. We'll just do our own thing. Like that. And I'm just going to do a little swirly again, but I mean, if you want to do dots, whatever shape, actually on the this kind of paper, it like erased it. I don't know if you can see that. That is super cool. Okay, so I'm going to go through and swatch them all for you, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm just putting these away in the order that I did them there. Some of them have very similar colored caps, but they are different. Like in real life, it looks a little closer. I can see on the camera that looks pretty good. This looks much lighter blue than like that one. And the purples and the pinks there. But again, very cool. And it did it very nice and clean, the way it takes that color away. So you can have a lot of fun with this, you know, all these different little things. I love that. Very, very cute. Okay, so let me grab some card bases and we'll get some stuff put together. So I have a few 5x7 card bases that I don't use 5x7 too often, so I'm actually just going to take one and cut it into an A2 size card. And, you know, if I'm not going to get any use from it, I might as well make it work for me, right? So 4 1/4 on the 5-inch side, because that's essentially the only way you're going to get it done. And then 5 1/2 on the other side, making sure you're cutting the free end, not the side where you have the fold. Otherwise, you'll have 2 pieces of paper. So there you go. And it can open this way, it can open this way, you know, however. I have a 5x7. I want to make a slim line. So this is 8 1/2 by 11. So on the 11-inch side, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut 4 inches off, so it's 7 inches. Put that for something else. And then score this at 3 1/2. So now I have an 8 1/2 by 3 1/2. That's what I consider a standard slim line, but you know, whatever it is that you like for your cards. Some people like them like mega, and some people just go with this sizing, which I think this is standard, but I don't know. Okay, so we have a few of those guys. Let me grab some other papers. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is take some of our gorgeous papers. the mulberry papers. And since this is already cut A2, I'm going to pair it with some gold paper, and then I have that cream color from what we just cut off here. So I'm going to take that, and let's see, use golden cream color. These are also pretty. Oh my gosh, this is hard to choose. Okay, let's go with this one. And I'm just going to stick the whole thing down. If you want to use runner tape or glue, you know, whatever, I'm just going to use the glue I normally use. So, whatever glue you like to use. And I'm just going to stick that down. And then I'm going to use the nesting border dies. And I know I said they're 6 inches, and this is 5.5 inches wide, but we're going to just cut a little bit off of that. So I'm going to put some down in the center because I know that's going to show. I'm not trimming this down. I usually do. I like a matte layer, but you can pop it right on there, or you can cut it down if you like. Even smaller. Again, the A2 size paper, you can cut whatever size you want from that. Okay, so then we have this guy. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to do one way and one the other way, like opposite. So one of them needs to have wordings cut into it, which I think is going to be this one. And then this is going to be like an accent in the background. And I'm just trying to see which one I should do this with. I know this one's wider. If we have enough room, yeah, we should. Okay, so I'm going to take this one through here, and I'm going to put it on top, so my words should also be there, and make sure they're facing the right way. Otherwise, you're going to have to put that one in the back or however. But let's do celebrating you. Okay, so I want the words to be up right there, and then there we go. And we need a little washi, so we don't want our dies to move. One goes under the other. That's not good. So let's put that there. We'll run that through, and then I'm also going to run it through again by itself with the gold, but without the wording. Okay, so just don't put the drop in. I'm just going to run that frame through here. I'll be right back. Oh, you know, just run this through. I want to show you that the little lettering can also just be its own thing. Look at that. You want to save the little dots for the eye, or you know, maybe a little rhinestone, a little pearl. But the words come out just really nicely. Paper piece them back in. You know, I wanted the gold because I wanted the gold to show through, but you can definitely run it through again, get that gold and pop it in there. Anyhow, so this next one, like I said, I'm just going to take this part without the lettering, and I'm going to run that through. And I don't, you know, my paper's 6 inches, this is 6 inches wide, but I don't really care because we're going to have to cut some of this off anyway for it to fit an A2 size card. So I'll be right back. Okay, gorgeous. Look at that. And so basically I'm just going to put these guys together like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue that. And then we can cut it, or you can cut it first, whatever it is that you want to do. But basically I need glue all over this portion. And just all in these little bits just to make sure everything's kind of going to stay in its place there. So there's some little pieces that come down. And I'm going to let that set up for just a moment before we go and cut into it, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so on this part, you know, I'm going to use something like this. Obviously, this goes up and down, but I think this is basically the same size here. So, you know what I'm saying? The same height, should I say. So I need to cut off 1/4 inch off each side. This paper trimmer's, you know, I think it ends at 6, so that's great. So I can look at 5 1/4-ish. You know, I'm looking at the very edge here. 5 3/4. Sorry, taking off 1/4 inch. Right, just a quick, and then on the other side, same thing, and line this up at 5.5 inches. Is essentially what I'm trying to do here, and just cut that off too. Okay, you can do it with scissors, paper trimmer, whatever you like. And let's bring this guy back over. So as you can see, we can adjust that. Now, if you don't care for these little bits that are just kind of delicate there, you can just cut them off. I'm going to leave them. And so that means I'm going to pay special attention to them. But I'm just going to glue this down, and that's a beautiful card with that gorgeous paper. And it's ready to go. So I'm just going to put glue in all these little areas, okay? So I'll be right back, including that little bit that's there. Okay. And I'm just going to put that right down the center-ish there. And There we have it. Okay, I'm gonna hold it down. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so gorgeous card. Loving the paper back there. So for our slimline, I'm going to cut into the A2 size, or the large paper, just to show you how we can cut this paper. Although the kit has slimline size papers, right? The A2 and slimline. But I do want to, you know, cut them, put this paper and things through their paces like we like to do. And I'm going to pair this thing with the vintage stamps and dies. So let's see. This one's interesting to me just because it has so much texture within it. Again, we can have some fun with these papers. You know, you can wet them a little bit and tear them. That's another kind of fun thing we can do. Let's grab this one. And then I'll see about, you know, tearing it. So I will make it a matte layer because I like my matte layers. I'm going to use a guillotine. And I have the shiny setup. I don't know if it matters. I'm going to do 3 3/8 because I like a matte layer. Okay, so I'm eyeballing that. Cuts like butter. And then I'm just going to take on the 8.5 inches, 1/8 of an inch off. And I'm just going to eyeball that, guys, so I don't have to put out the arm on this. I'm just going to see 1/8 of an inch. That's about right. I think what I have going there. Let's see. Oh, I can cut a little bit more off, like the little wee smallest piece. Okay. Okay, and this side, like I said, has a shininess to it. I think I'll probably put it this way, this little texture bit up. And then I'm going to show you what I mean by kind of, you can just tear this paper, you know, some of these specialty papers, or you can just kind of wet them and then tear them there. So let me just glue this down like I showed you. I glued the other one. I'm just going to put some glue in the back and stick it down, and I'll be right back. That sticks down like a dream. Like I've just put glue on there. I don't see it. I don't see it activating. Again, that side was kind of shiny, and so it has some kind of coating. I think the next thing before we tear the other paper is to know what size our topper piece is going to be, like our sentiment. So let me grab some of that. Oh yeah, we could have fun with that too. You know, I didn't think about it. Stamping on this, being really fun with it. Okay, let's put this here. And I'm just going to stick it down with a little bit of tape. Again, you can use your grip mats. I know Diamond Press does have their grip mats on their site, mydiamondpress.com. I do have a 10% off code in the description box, which is VCDP10, 10% off. And, you know, you have your beautiful grip mats, and that'll hold this for you too. I'm trying to think what we want to do. You brighten the world by just being you. Hello, friend. Thinking about you. There is so much to smile about. I love that. To the one who makes my everyday brighter and every moment special. Let's do, I'm trying to see what shape I want to do. Just a little high from me. I think that might work. Okay. Okay, let's stamp this one first. Sorry, and I'm just going to do this freehand because I want this card to have a very organic kind of feel to it. So if it happens to be like a little funny or whatever, that's fine. I'm just going to make it straight though. The stamping part of it. Oh. Okay, hold on. That's not great. What happens is, a lot of times with these guys, if you just toss it, it has some gangliness to it. So if you just kind of drop it, it should just take its natural form. So that worked out really well. And, ooh, brown ink would probably be better. Oh, okay, hold on. I kind of want some natural kind of looks here. So let me grab something green. I'll do the frame in green, and then I'll do the lettering in black. And I'm sorry, I guess I have a bunch of little cuts in my hands. We've been clearing out our garage. Much needed. It is so much more workable now. Maybe one day we'll park a car in our 3-car garage. But for now, it's just holding a bunch of my stuff. You know, I have a lot of stuff. And I just got little cuts here and there, nicks in here and there. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we have that. And then black ink for this one. And I'm just going for it, but of course you can use a stamp positioner. Okay, love that. And while we're here, maybe we get some brown and do a little bit of something to distress this. I was going to put some in the background too. So I'll be right back. Actually, I have some gold. I think that might be fun. A little pigment. I'm just going to take one of these guys. Oh, not that one. No wonder it was coming off. I was picking in the middle of another die. Just a little something. You know, it might come up, it might not show as well. Yeah, there we go. Oh, get away from there. I need another scrap behind this. Hold on. Right. So it's a little bit distressed, a little funky. And while I have this out, oh, you know, I better not. I was just going to go right into, let me grab the other one. And I'm just going to turn this over. And I can imagine that this is going to be somewhere like here and maybe some torn paper or however. And we don't have to do this right now, but, oop, yep. I just said I shouldn't do that. I put gold on my brown ink. But you know what? Since I did it, might as well just try it out, see what happens. Stamp the other side. Some of this stuff might show, some might not, so I'm just gonna put it wherever. I'm kind of trying to make it messy. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? Actually, you don't want it to be perfect. And just a little bit extra there. Okay? Something like that. All right, let me clean these up, and I'm gonna go ahead and run this guy through. Trying to see how well I can see. Okay, I'm going to come back and do a little trick because I can barely see the edges and I want to make sure I cut this right. So I'll be right back. Okay, so actually I don't need that stuck down anymore. With this guy, we're just going to do a little trick. Make ourselves a little window that helps us see where we're going to be cutting. That piece of tape has been used up a little bit, so hopefully this will still work. Sorry, I washed my hands because I washed my stamps and I got some water on that. If you want a drop shadow, go ahead and cut this out of a color that you want to use. I just grabbed a scrap of paper left over from the holidays. And it doesn't mean I won't use it, but you know, like this piece that cuts out. And look at that beautiful embossing on the edges. So pretty. So again, you don't even have to stamp. If you don't want to stamp the frame, you're still going to have some really pretty embossing on the edge. But I'm going to put this right in here, and there is quite a bit of edge of it on it, so there you go. And make sure it pops right back down the same place you had placed it. Put a little extra tape and run that through. And whenever I run it through, I still always kind of hold on to it just for less shifting. And then we have this piece, and then we're going to distress a little, not distress, but cut out a piece of the beautiful papers. Look at that. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, let's put these things to the side for a moment. And we just need a little something. Now, I did the green, so I was wondering if I should use that green paper. I was going to use some paper that's more gossamer, so maybe we're going to do that. Maybe we don't do green. Maybe we would do this paper, that little recycled kind of looking paper. And this is just a dime press water brush. If you guys recall that Today's Special where they had the Mega Watercolor Kit, you could have picked up some water brushes. The water brush that came in that kit would work just fine. I just grabbed a water brush. And this can help you tear things. So like, I mean, you can do it in a fun way. See how the edge is going to be very much the edge? What I'm going to do is just take a little bit of water and just kind of let that soak in a little bit. And then just tear it. And it should dry. You can probably hit it with a heat tool. I just want some fun little piece. And then we're going to cut the other edges because the other edges obviously are very straight, right? And that's not what we're looking for. Something like that. I'll put that up. That will dry. And you can just be kind of in the background, so either way. So I'm going to put a little more water. Let's move this. And, you know, it can just be kind of fun. I want to rip some of that off. So just something like that. This one's going to be a little bit different because I put it right on the edge, so it'll be kind of different. And this side. Something like that. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, but I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to dry. I'm going to hit it with the heat tool, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, so that dried super fast. I didn't smell any chemicals. It's very natural, so that's great. I think I'm putting that like there. You want to distress this too? You know, add some ink, do some of that stamping or something else. Little band of ribbon, whatever is you like. So lots of things to do. You can crumple this even. It doesn't have to be on there flat. You know, the way I'm kind of positioning it, you can kind of mess with it a little bit. Like that. So maybe I will crumple it a little bit. Why not? Just give it a little texture. All I do is put the glue, but now as I'm placing it, I'm just kind of messing with it. A lot of that crumpling is going to be behind this, but it still has some texture, so that's fun. There we go. And I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. So I will be right back. Okay. And let's see here. I just pop that on there. Yeah. Looks really pretty. I love the crisp, clean sentiment and then all that fun kind of background. A little more masculine possibly. So we have a couple cards. And let's do one of our layered up cards. Okay guys, so for this one, let's do a 5x7. And we have 3 cards already. A2, slimline, and 5x7 today. I want to see if I want to, well, let's see with it. These are all landscape, right? Yeah, they're all this way. So, you know, which one do we want to do? Oh, they're all so pretty. I mean, these really coordinate with the ones I was already doing, right? The colors on that. Sorry guys, I'm just separating these out. I know the colorways of this one goes with the cards I've already been working on over there. That's beautiful. Let me see. I want to use the rub-ons too. And so I was thinking for the sentiment. So let me grab that. We have, you know, for this one you have like little bunnies or, you know, the butterflies, whatever you want to put in the background. That's really fun. Sending good thoughts. My heart is with you. Take her. Ooh, let's do sending good thoughts. All right, well, let's do this one, okay? Let me put these things away. I'll be right back. Okay, well, let's get this one on here. All right, so again, we just cut out the one we want. You're going to take off the carrier, which is the paper one. Did I say it was a clear one earlier? I don't remember, but it's the paper. I'm just kind of eyeing where I wanted to put this, and I think I'll put it like right there. And definitely eyeballing that. It's going to stick already because it has like a little stickiness. That's what sticks to your card base or your paper. So I'm using this kind of in a flat way. If you kind of gouge at it like this, you're going to have a bunch of lines all over your paper. It's not going to look very nice or professional. And I know we're doing this at home, but you still want to do a nice job. So I'm using like the width of this, or the whole length of it, should I say. And just pushing down. And then you can kind of pick it up a little bit and see kind of where you're at. If it's not sticking, you know, do it again. But I just kind of roll it back a little bit. So yeah, I need a little more pressure. Now I'm concentrating a little bit more here, but not the very tip. We're not trying to gouge. Let me go this way. See where we're at. Okay, and if you're missing a little piece like that little, well, actually that wasn't anything, but you can just move it, and if you see that, even if it comes up, like right there, there's, you see the part of the H didn't come up, or didn't stay, just lay it back down, and just concentrate on that area, okay? And it'll just go right back, because you didn't remove the whole thing, so right there, the little piece of the D, didn't quite make it, so now I'll focus on that. That looks good. Everything else sticking where it needs to. Yep. All right. There you go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is stick these guys together. So I was thinking, remember I had mentioned earlier that you can do a few pieces and then maybe that pops up from the rest of it. So maybe we stick those 3 together and then leave these flat. Just so you have a little dimension and they give each other some weight, some oomph behind them. Where did I put my glue? Okay. So we're gonna glue this guy down. Ooh, you know what? I mean, we're gonna start wilding out if we did that. You can make this into a shaker. What I would do is glue this, or glue it all together, and behind here put an acetate piece, right? You're gonna put your 1/4 inch foam tape all around, put some glitter or whatever you want down there, and put this guy, and you'll have a nice shaker card, right? I should have done that too. We love our shakers. Or you can build in a shaker in between. Like you see I'm putting this down, put this one down, and then we do acetate behind the other one. Okay, I should have made sure this card is opening the right way. That is one thing I've been checking myself on recently, just to make sure. You never know. All right, we can put this guy down. And there we go. The reason I would say the shaker can go in the back is because it's at the very far back, and you can just, you know, put your 1/4 inch tape all around. Okay, that looks beautiful. And then I'm gonna stick these 3 together. And I was gonna put dimensionals in between those guys. Maybe a little bit on this guy's feet. This can also have glue. Just trying to reinforce it a little bit, so I'm putting glue as much as I would need, but not too much, because obviously we don't want to put glue where we don't need it. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, and then this onto this. It looks like all these guys can be covered. Of course, the whole edge. Oh, not all that. Not this whole guy. Okay, let's line that up. Okay, I'm going to hold that down for a minute just to make sure everything's adhered, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so this is gorgeous. What we're going to do is go ahead and make a shaker. Why not? I'm going to get a piece of acetate to go behind this, and in the meantime, too, I'm going to line this out. I'm actually going to line it out over here because this is more sturdy, and I know it's going to be the same anyway, right, the way they line up. So, I mean, this is perfect right there. And what I mean line it out is the whole thing. I was going to put dimensionals in there anyway, right, to keep one from the other, or one, that top layer. So again, you don't have to make this a shaker. This is just something I was thinking about right now, literally. But you can also just put dimensionals behind this and pop this up one layer from the other. It looks something like that, right? That looks really pretty. I love the way that it has that different layer there. But I'm going to go ahead and line this out. And I am going to do one other thing. I know liner tape, we try to hold on to this stuff because we don't want to just use it all willy-nilly. But if we fill this whole thing with, if you put your spangles or whatever is in here, it's going to take up this whole space, right? So as you're shaking it, you're going to really want to fill it up. So a way of saving some spangles is basically just, you know, put this here. Now we want to make sure it's not going to show. And yeah, that's perfect. So now all we're going to do is fill this space, and this space doesn't need spangles in there. And that'll be just great. So I will be right back. I need to grab some stuff to fill this with and a piece of acetate, like I had mentioned. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and you know, I've always mentioned, like, your acetate doesn't have to be anything special. It can be just, you know, a stamp carrier, like some old packaging, even a hard plastic, like old packaging, right? Like those clamshell packages or whatever, just cut that. But I'm just going to cut a piece that needs to I need to cut a piece that needs to cut. A piece that's just going to cover that area because we don't want our sequins to come out of there. And so I'm not even measuring it. I'm just going to glue that down. So I'm going to put the glue on the acetate actually because I don't want spangles getting stuck up behind the acetate. So we definitely want to put it right on the very edge, all around here. And we can put some here that help us hold that and also hold our little images better, right? glue kind of. There we go. Pull that down a little bit. Okay, and I'll wait for that to be set up a little bit, and I'm going to grab some spangles too. Okay guys, so I just turn over and make sure I can press those down. Okay, oh, I should have done this before, sorry. Gotta take all these carriers off. You know what, I'll go ahead and do that right now. I'll be right back. Alright, and if you want to rub this with, you know, a anti-static pad, you know, go for it. I don't normally take that step, mostly because it's going to get staticky anyway, even after a while, so, you know. Alright, there you go. Or a dryer sheet, or all these different tricks people do. I just grabbed some little bone-colored spangles and some gold ones. And like I said, I usually don't put a ton, but this is a big space. And I want it to shake, but I also want them to shake freely and still be substantial for this larger shape. Okay, I'm going to, I was going to say start on one side, but let's see. Oh, yeah. We got to line this guy up. That looks good. I'm going to go like that. And then I always like to flip them over and give them a good press from behind here. And that bar in the center, honestly, for a card this big, really just gives it some substance. Like, it makes it more substantial. Look how pretty. I mean, guys, gorgeous. You know, take the, 1 minute that it takes to make it into a shaker with all those gorgeous things that are already cut for us that we just had to layer together, you know, just glue them together. I think it's nice to just take a little more time and add a little something else. You want to put some spangles out here, you know, go for it. But I think this is gorgeous, this just the way it is. Let me clean up and we'll look at our cards. Okay guys, so check it out. So we have these 3 cards. Again, those beautiful papers. I love them. They add a lot of character. I mean, we have the Celebrating You. We have this one, just a little hi from me. Just lovely. And then we have our beautiful shaker. So thanks for watching, guys. And just a few of the new items that they'll have there for craft day. Whatever's available, I'll have it linked already there in the description box. Again, possibly embedded in the video. Images coming up for you guys. Thank you so much, Dye and Press, for sending these items for review. Like I said, they do have the Today Special. And if you saw their email blast, you know that it is storage, some amazing storage, pouches, all that great stuff. So definitely check that out. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.